everyone. My name is Dr. Phyo Hein, the founder of STEMiNO. STEMiNO offers education and career advising to students and young professionals around the world with the focus in motivating and advising those who are interested to pursue their career and education in science and engineering. We offer engineering and analytics services to entrepreneurs as well. This video you're about to watch is a part of our online talk series where outstanding individuals working in the fields of science and engineering share their experiences so that younger generations can learn from them, envision their future, and prepare themselves more efficiently. If you enjoyed this video, please follow the link below for the complete video. And don't forget to follow us on our social media platforms. Thank you very much. Hello everyone, this is Phyo from STEMiNO. Today we're gonna have another online experience sharing session webinar with one of the outstanding individuals working in the medical field. So let's welcome him. Hi, Dr. Mone. Good morning. How are you doing today?
Morning or evening here. I'm very good, thanks. How are you?
I'm great. Yeah, so it's evening in Australia. So thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing your academic and industry experience with STEMiNO and STEMiNO clients. So before we dive into your specific details, can you give us a brief introduction about yourself?
Oh yeah, so my name is Myo Maung. So people call me as Ye. I used to work as a medical doctor, but not anymore. So back in Burma, I used to work as a public health professional and in NGOs, but now I'm working for Veolia, which is a waste management company. I work as a occupational health and safety advisor. So mainly I have to look after employees' health and well-being and safety, and I have to do audit and investigation. So I'm really enjoying my work, and yeah, it's a sort of like a good life here. So it's pretty good.
How did you find out about your interest, specifically in medicine, and now in work, health and safety? Back in your childhood, right? Like you have to grow some sort of interest along your life at some point, and how did you grow that interest, and did you do anything out of your normal high school education or any kind of education system to explore your interest?
Yeah, that's a good question and a little bit challenging as well, because I didn't find my passion as a medical doctor or whatever, but like I attended medical school simply because it is I get that high mark, and then the medical university is very close to my house. So that's the main reason I chose University of Medicine back in Myanmar. To be honest, I didn't find my passion or whatever to become I didn't have a dream of becoming a medical doctor. So I just attended, and my parents were supportive as well. So, oh yeah, like, just go to the medical school if you can. So I attended that. And then after that, I don't really think I wanted to become a doctor, but I managed to get passed like regularly and then without any fails. And then after that, so that's why I joined an NGO, so non-governmental organizations, so international ones. And then that's when I found out that like I'm a little bit like good with auditing and monitoring and stuff. And then I decided to learn more on occupational health, which I found it very interesting. And then I'm very much enjoying what I'm doing now, because it's more of like procedural writing, and then like auditing, investigation, and stuff. It's totally different from medical doctor. So I wouldn't call myself a medical doctor now, and because it's like I finished a medical degree, and which I don't find it very interesting to myself. And now what I'm doing as occupational health and safety is very interesting to myself, like now, as of now. So as a kid, I didn't know what I wanted to do, but now I do. But so the main message is going to be like, don't afraid to change, like when you think you are off track.
So what for those students and parents who are deciding what to do with their college, with the children's college life, what would you advise them, right? So they don't know what they're gonna study, they don't know, where they're gonna study, what would be your advice?
So for as a kid, as a teenager, I think like some of the kids know what they want to do, really what they want to do, and then like they become what they want to become. For example, like some of my friends, like they knew that they wanted to become a doctor, they attended medical school, and then they are now doing very good in medical field. So no problem, that's very good. For kids like us, like me, so we attended medical school just a little bit of because of the social pressure and stuff from the parents and stuff. So in that case, I would say parents should be a little bit understanding of their teenage kids as well. That's for the parents and for the kid. And then if you're really not interested in, like, for example, as an example for myself, medical field, just tell your parents or try to persuade them and okay, there are other opportunities and like in Myanmar and other countries as well. So like if you're like thinking of studying abroad, you can study on those science and technology stuff, which is very advanced, engineering, either physics, chemistry, or chemical engineering and stuff. So I would say try to have a bit of like a mutual understanding towards each other, like parents and kids alike, because which is very important. Because it's your career. Okay, like sometimes like parents try to mold their kids into what they didn't become. For example, like the dad wanted to become a doctor, and then like he wants to push his son or daughter to become a doctor, whereas like the kids are like, no, they don't find any interest in, which is very sad. It's a waste of talent as well. If that kids go to another branch of like engineering or HR or whatever, and then they might do good. So take your time. Even if you think you're in the wrong track, don't be discouraged. And if you think you're gonna change it quickly. Make your decision fast and change your career fast. And there are opportunities out there apart from being a medical doctor in Myanmar.
Yeah, that's a very valuable point, for both students and parents. Why did you choose Australia and specifically the University of Western Australia, and why did you choose your major program, which is work, health, and safety?
That was a good question. So first off, I chose Australia. So Australia is like very close to Myanmar. So and plus like there is not much time difference in Perth. Here in Perth, it's only like 1.5 hours, and the education system is good. And Australian people and culture here, they are very welcoming to the international students. And I have never once in my life in Australia has come across any racism. Like, they like there is zero racism in Perth. And that's one reason. Before I come here, I do a little bit of research on on Australia, on America, and then like United Kingdom and stuff. And then I chose to come here. And I chose University of Western Australia because that's the best university in Western Australia. So in Perth, one of the top 100 worldly recognized university and stuff. And then they provide that public health program. So I was first thinking of doing Master of Public Health. And then when I come here, I learned a bit more, and I want to specialize in occupational health. So that's how I get into Occupational Health and Safety Masters.
Right. So based on what you said, you chose Australia because of the distance, and you chose University of Western Australia because they provide or they offer the major of your choice. What specific standardized test did you have to take to be able to apply to the grad school in Australia?
So for me, they asked for my matriculation examination, grade 11 marks. So they asked for that, and total marks and individual subject marks. And the other thing is IELTS score. So Australian University accept IELTS and PTE. So you have on the school website and stuff, they have their specific requirement there. So you have to get into, you have to be like fit into that requirement to get into entrance of one of the universities.
Right. Another follow-up question is, did you apply for any scholarships, and if you get any, what was the process like? And also please advise on what students should do to apply for scholarships in Australian universities.
So for me, like I came here first. I get the entrance, and I came here first, and I have to pay first. But saying that you have to apply again. Like my pathway is I didn't apply for the grant scholarship first. Came here first, and then showing my marks to the faculty or professor that I did well back in grade 11 in Myanmar. And then I did well in this units as well. So it's like, I am eligible. So it's like they gave me exemptions. So I've got 3 units exemptions, which is like worth of 1 semester worth. And so that's how I get the grant for 3 units, which is like $12,000, something like that. And then I got a scholarship from that Woodside internship, so oil and gas company. So that is scholarship sponsored by Woodside to international students and the like. So to get into those programs, so you basically have to have a good academic career. So like I said before, even your grade 11 marks and whichever you did as in career wise, and that adds up. And when you're applying for scholarship, and I would advise students to not to have any fails, because like even if only one fail, and then it's questionable, like when you're applying for a scholarship, especially these programs, they're very competitive, and if you have one fail, they're gonna question that and stuff. So you have to be consistent in your academic career.
All right. That's a very good point. You have to be consistent. You cannot, do bad at some point of your life and do good at some point of your life. That shows, your inconsistency. So you have to be really consistent in your performance. Could you also give an advice in terms of, job hunting or internship hunting and the whole process of looking for jobs or internships to eventually finishing, grad school and then eventually landing on your full-time job, right? So can you comment on your process and what would you advise to future generations?
I will mainly focus on the experience here. So I think basically you just have to start like while you are studying as well. So like there are opportunities out there where they are like, first of all, as an international student, no one's gonna hire you. That's for sure. Keep in mind that, especially like in Australia, I'm setting in Australian setting, because as a student on a student visa, you can't work full time. So that's the main basic thing. And you're a student, so you really should be focusing on your studies anyway. But there are volunteering opportunities. So you can volunteer at an organization as an admin or whatever, and then or if that's relating to your studies, which is of course better. So I volunteered during studying and on and off semesters as well. So that's how I get, and networking, of course. So by networking, you found out the opportunities out there. So I found out how Woodside is like calling for internship, and the paid internship, they pay really good money, from one of my friends in uni. So like I did do, that sort of like volunteering and then like networking sessions and student gatherings in uni. So I was part of those organizations. So I found that opportunity there and I applied there. And that's how I get into Woodside, and my volunteering experience in Alzheimer's WA and stuff, it adds up to get a full-time job as well. So to get into those positions, you firstly have to search, utilize internet, and then start applying. So there is like a lot of job application platforms there. So you just have to basically apply everything. So like, for example, like I've applied hundreds, if not thousands, hundreds of job applications, at least like 10 or 20 like a day. So when I graduated and then I started applying that like that. And another thing, important part is the interview. So don't be afraid of interviews. Just like go to however many interviews as possible as you can. So attend the interviews, and then first time you're gonna fail, that's fine. And second time fail, or like just try at 100 or 1,000 times, and then you're gonna get a job. So that's gonna be my advice. So you have to put a quality in your interviews and in preparing your resume, and you really have to put quality, and frequency actually adds up as well. So the more you apply, and the better chance of getting a job.
Yeah, so just keep applying, expose yourself to different scenarios of interviews and encounters, and along the way you'll learn, and then you'll correct your mistakes, and you'll improve yourself. Is there anything you want to add, or is there any tips and tricks you want to give to future generations who would like to follow paths that are similar to yours, to go study abroad and then have a career, have a life, have a job, right?
Yeah, so the main thing is going to be like, take your time to explore yourself. Like, it's not out there, it's yourself. So what your interest is, and then do not afraid to challenge other ideas of, like, for example, like, especially growing up in Myanmar, everybody has different opinions, and then some of the parents or relatives, they try to mold you. So don't suck into that, and then be you, and mainly all like learn English, that improve and polish your English, and especially if you're intending to study abroad at a later stage, and it's gonna help you a lot, trust me. And self-management, and be a good planner, good self-managed person, well-rounded person, and your life should be balanced as well. So live a balanced life, have fun, have a good career, academic career, and it's gonna help you a lot in your study journey.
Right. In a nutshell, just keep your life together, be consistent, and just keep trying.